Hi everybody, it's Quynhforthewin, your self-love coach, and for today, actually for this week, I've been wanting to talk about codependency just because reflecting on my life continuously, it is something that is extremely common amongst so many people, and I see it all around me, whether we are codependent on someone, that's the biggest one, or we're codependent on something like the attachment of seeking validation or to find self-worth through the attention that we're getting from social media, which is something that is also freaking huge. Or we're codependent on substance abuse, right? On something so that we can continue to feel something from it and we can't seem to function life without it. So it's either we can't function without someone or we can't function without something. And so I call myself a recovering codependent. So I want to talk about where I believe and where I've seen it start and what are some of the influences that played a huge part in me becoming so codependent on other people and through friends and just anything that would give me the attention that I need so that I can feel self-worth. So I am the oldest of three younger siblings. And so being the oldest one in my family, I have definitely been the one to experience everything like firsthand. And with that said, I first experienced being bullied. So that played a huge part. And, I know that my parents did the best that they could. I know that I can't recall any memories of them sitting me down and talking about bullying. That, hey, like when you go out in social circles, this is something that may happen. And if it happens, this is usually why that is, right? Like, why are kids mean? Why may you experience other kids treating you differently than all the other kids, right? Like that conversation was not there. And my parents probably had a different experience growing up, or it is something that they haven't processed and thought about and really had the time or the resources and the connections or the exposure to what being aware means and what does it look like to be proactive and what does it look like to heal from your pains, right? Because then bullying would have shown up in their life, which is something I'm always curious to learn about my parents. But anyway, so I already experienced bullying at a very young age in these social settings when I was a young child. And so when I saw that, in particular, there was a scenario where this particular kid was older than us. So this person treated me like just very below. Like this person is the top person and I'm like the peasant kind of, right? And so that person was just the boss and I needed to do everything that they demanded me to do every single time when I got together with this certain social group. And yeah, and then bullying continues in that I've experienced in elementary school. I just remember this kid next to me. He would just take this rubber band and just would snap it on me. So I would just have marks all on my arm of rubber band snaps on my arm, and it would my skin would raise up, and I cannot believe I didn't say anything. And I remember kids at that time would say like, oh, if they're doing that to you, then they must like you, right? So then I remember feeling like, oh, but I'm getting attention. So I guess it's not negative or positive, but at least I'm getting attention from someone. That is so insane, right? Like, that is not okay. That is not okay. And I remember in high school, I got bullied a lot too, just based on how I looked and the type of clothes that I wore. I have this memory of there was a group presentation, a group skit that we needed to do. I forget what kind of class it was. Was it like kind of like business class? Something. I forgot what it was, but this person. We would play a role, and I was definitely the person being made fun of in this skit because they were pointing something out that I was wearing, like, is this from Walmart or something? And then the whole class would laugh, and I did not feel that was like a group, like a supportive group I felt that it was really, I was being used as being the laughing. It's been a while since I spoke about that out loud, but I was just like made to be the laughing stock in that experience, you know? So all this bullying that I'm experiencing, and there's no conversations, you know, from my parents about it, you know, or anyone older, or anyone that, you know, that you see that's supposed to look out for you, right? And so that feeling is already harboring inside of me. And because of all these movies that shows how you receive love and how you can feel nurtured and cared for was through other people, I just craved that. And I looked for popularity. I just desire to be liked so much. I desire to be chased after. I desire to be given the type of attention that would just make me feel really important, that would make me feel really seen. And so, you know, it's not so long after when I started going into middle school that I was really exposed to kids wearing makeup, like full on makeup, where you look so like mature or older. We want to grow up so fast, and already that was already a downward spiral because I just bought into anything to get me attention. And in high school was when I first was in a relationship, short-term relationships, but you know, where you would call someone your boyfriend and it would be for like a month or 3 months. And then it went into like longer relationships where it was like 5 years or 5 years, 4 years plus. And it just fueled how empty I already was. See, like I was already empty. I wasn't doing anything that was fulfilling. Maybe the time with my siblings, but soon after, in elementary school, I already saw myself reciprocating the behaviors of what someone older would treat someone younger, which is bullying. So I had already started bullying my siblings. Yes, there was a lot of memories that I can recall that were fulfilling with my family. But the amount of time that I spent at school, it would just pull me away further and further from myself. So I'm sure you can relate. Bullying can just give you the feeling that you're worthless, and to gain power back, you just become the bully. So that's definitely my experience, and it's very unfortunate. So this week I'm going to be talking about just things that's coming up that fueled my codependency, and just what my journey looked like with that. So I appreciate you listening. I'm sure you can relate to some of that. And yeah, leave your story down below, or you can DM me to share with me, because I know that I'm not the only person who has experienced this, and I would love to hear from you. So I'll talk to you later. And of course, if you need any support, click the link on my bio. You will see that there's a workshop coming up. We have 1 ticket left for tomorrow, depending on when you see this video. I co-host weekly meditation sessions every Thursday. And if you need something more intimate, I do one-on-one. That's the most common type of support that I do. And I have a private self-love community. If you just need to be in a group, it's private, where you can just get more self-love content there. All right, so I will see you later. Thanks for listening. Bye.